One of my earliest mentors gave me some of the best advice that I've ever received in my whole entire life. He said that favors are worth more than money. He told me that if I could get enough favors, then I would never need anything else in the world ever again. Anything I wanted in the world, I'd be able to get if I just had enough people owe me. That piece of advice has pretty much stuck with me for my whole entire life. And using that advice, I was able, in one of my old businesses, to land my first $1 million contract. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story of how that happened. So back in the day, one of my first businesses was a concierge business, and concierge was effectively luxury hospitality for corporations. So you see, when a company would send their clients to like sporting events, or they reward their best staff, or they'd woo people and entertain people to try and get them to sign on their to sign with their company, they would outsource that those hospitality and those events and those experiences to concierge companies. So mine was quite a small one. We were very boutique at the time. I remember I met this guy through one of my social circles. His name was Matt. And he was an awesome guy. I really love this guy. He was amazing. He was a huge man. He was like 6'6". He was from Sweden. And he was just this, like, he'd laugh and the whole room would just, rumble. He was like someone like plucked him out of the Viking era. Like, he was this big, huge, blonde, just awesome guy. So jolly, so amazing. Like, I just had so much fun hanging out with him. He was in charge of the hospitality department for Samsung. And, we didn't have any contracts that big. So when I met him and I found out that he was in charge, he was the decision maker deciding who got that contract. Obviously I was trying to get in there and get the contract, and, I was pitching my company. And although me and Matt's got along really, really well, he did say that, look, we're really happy with the company we've got. They're the biggest company in Europe. We've been using them for the last 5 years. And, we're really, really happy with them. He's like, Greg, I think you're a great guy. You're awesome, but we're just going to stick with the people that we want. That was fine, me and him still stay friends, but I always remembered that piece of advice I got from my mentor, and I knew that someday, if I just keep being a giver, keep being somebody that does the contribution, that, maybe something would work out for me and him. My apartment, all right, the apartment that I own in London, it is very, very close to the new Arsenal Football Club stadium. So when Arsenal Football Club decided they were going to build a new stadium, they went and they contacted all the homeowners and they said, hey, we've just got permission to build this massive stadium. It's going to mean there's going to be a lot more people in this area during the game. It's going to be a lot more busy. There's going to be a lot more traffic. As a thank you, we're going to give all you homeowners subsidized season tickets. So they gave us like massively discounted season tickets. Now, I'm not an Arsenal supporter, all right? I'm a Chelsea boy. We won today. Good result. But I'm a Chelsea fan. So for me, there was no point in having an Arsenal season ticket. But I remembered that piece of advice that my mentor had given me. So I said, you know what, this season ticket is pretty discounted. Let me just get it. I don't know, one day I might need it. So Matt's dad is in town, right? And he's, taking his dad out, and he's entertaining his dad. And I knew that him and his dad were massive football fans. A lot of Swedish people are. So, but he talked about football as well, and we had our own like banter about football teams, etc. And I knew that him and his dad were both massive football fans. Turns out his dad was also an Arsenal supporter. So when he told me that he was showing his dad around, I said, hey, do you know what? I've got these season tickets I've got these tickets for the Arsenal game. Why don't you have them? You can take your dad. And he was like, no, you can't do that. These are great seats. I can't take the tickets off you. I was like, dude, listen, trust me. Take the tickets, I'll get a courier to have over to you by the afternoon. Take your dad to the game, go enjoy the game. Now, I could have sold them to him. I could have sold those tickets for quite a lot of money, but it's about giving, it's about contribution, right? And that is the philosophy that I've been living in for such a long time. And also because of that piece of advice that my mentor gave me, I was like, you know what, I'll just do a nice thing for him. I know he really cares about his dad. They're having a great time. I know his dad's an Arsenal supporter, always mentioned enjoying Arsenal football matches. Look, here's a couple of tickets. Take your dad out, enjoy the football. So he took his dad, he went to the game. They absolutely loved it. He sent me emails back and forth all the time saying, dude, that was so great. My dad couldn't have been happier. It was a great time. Thank you. 6 months later, when it came for the new time to renew their contract, they ditched that old company and they signed with my company. And that was our first $1 million contract. They signed with us for like £650,000, which at that time was about $1 million. And that was our first $1 million contract. And the only reason he signed with my company, because my company, was small. The other company was, the biggest in Europe. Ours was a boutique company, and they were our first big client. And when we got that client, we started getting more and more clients come through. Just by understanding that favors are better than money. And how was having that mindset of win-win, having that mindset of contribution. I gave him the tickets. I knew that he was going to enjoy it. I knew that his dad was going to enjoy it. I knew he cared a lot about his dad. So I just knew that it was going to be a nice gift to give them. So after doing that, I guess he felt that he owed me. And, that feeling of being indebted to me ended up with him awarding us that contract for $1 million to manage all the luxury hospitality for that group of Samsung. I'd been his friend for quite a while, and he told me, look, we're not going to give you the contract because we already have this company. It was that specific favor where he felt like, do you know what, I owe this guy. And when it came down to renew their contract, they didn't renew with the biggest company in Europe. They renewed with me. That's some of the power of favors. That's just one example. I've got so many examples of how favors have, and helping people first and having people owe me has just really, really, really skyrocketed, my professional success, my business success. I know a lot of you are here because you primarily want to improve your dating and you want to have more dates, you want to have more sex, you want to, find a girlfriend. However, the best, most effective way to do that is through your social circle. And if you have a social circle built up on a lot of the principles that I've been talking about over the last few days, primarily contribution, always giving, and you're building up these favors, then it's going to help your social life, it's going to help your dating life, and it's going to help your business life as well, especially for entrepreneurs. For entrepreneurs listening to this, or budding entrepreneurs, if you have that mindset of, all right, favors are worth their weight in gold, then you can continually be giving people, doing things for people, racking up that crew of people that owe you, and just reap the benefits. And that's why such a big part of Project Royalty is showing you how to engineer your social circle to give you everything that you want. Because if you have enough people owe you, if you have a good social circle, if you have the right inner circle, you can literally achieve anything you want. You can have the love life that you want, you can have the sex life that you want, you can have whatever job that you feel like having, you can have the social life, you can meet who you want. It's just, I can't tell you enough of the benefits to have when you have the right inner circle. And that's why it's such a big part of Project Royalty. Project Royalty, the world's #1 transformational program for men, is back on January the 2nd. If you're already on the page, great. Comment below, leave your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link below for you to go and learn more about Project Royalty. It's back January the 2nd. I can't wait to have you guys on. There's going to be way more information coming out over the next couple of weeks before it launches. Other than that, I'm Greg C. Greenway. Enjoy this amazing Saturday. I will see you tomorrow.